Once long ago, before the stars had names, and the moon was just a quiet wanderer in the night, the sky used to speak. It was a time when the clouds carried whispers, when the wind sang lullabies, and when the heavens told stories to those who listened. This is the tale of a village that lived beneath that speaking sky, and of a little girl who learned its language. In the village of Eldenwood, nestled between rolling green hills and a wide, calm river, people lived simple lives. They farmed the land, tended to their animals, and gathered in the evenings to share meals under the open sky. But what made Eldenwood special was not just its beauty, it was the way the sky spoke to them. Every evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, the sky would begin its stories. Some nights, it told of brave heroes who had once walked the earth. Other nights, it spoke of distant lands where rivers flowed with silver and trees bore fruit that glowed like fireflies. The villagers would sit in silence, their faces turned upward, listening. They believed the sky was a wise old storyteller, one who had seen all of time and wished to share its secrets. Among the villagers was a little girl named Liora. She was small for her age, with dark curls that never stayed tied back and eyes that sparkled with curiosity. While others listened to the sky's stories, Liora did more than listen. She answered. She would whisper questions to the wind, and sometimes, if she listened very carefully, the sky would whisper back. One evening, as the sky told a tale of a lost kingdom buried beneath the sea, Liora felt a strange pull in her chest. The story felt familiar, as if she had heard it before in a dream. When the sky finished, she stood up and asked, "Where is that kingdom now?" The villagers chuckled. They were used to Liora's questions. But then something extraordinary happened. The wind stilled, the clouds parted, and the sky answered. It sleeps beneath the waves, where the water is deep and the light does not reach, but its heart still beats, waiting for the day it will rise again. The villagers gasped. Never before had the sky spoken directly to anyone. Some looked at Liora with wonder, others with fear. But Liora only smiled. She had always known the sky was more than just stories. That night, as she lay in her small bed by the window, the sky spoke again, this time only to her. "You have the ears to hear me, little one, but there is more to listening than just hearing words. Will you learn my language?" Liora did not hesitate. "Yes," she whispered. And so, under the watchful eye of the moon, Liora began her lessons. Sky taught her how to listen to the rustling of leaves, to understand the murmurs of rivers, and to hear the songs of birds as if they were speaking in clear words. Most importantly, the sky taught her the oldest language of all, the language of silence. Months passed and Liora grew wiser. She could hear the sorrow in the rain, the joy in the morning sun, and the secrets hidden in the night wind. The villagers noticed the change in her. She no longer asked questions, she already knew the answers. One day, a great shadow fell over Eldenwood. A storm unlike any other rolled in from the west. The winds howled like wounded beasts, and the rain fell in sheets so thick it was hard to see. The villagers huddled in their homes, frightened. They had never seen such fury in the sky. But Liora stood outside, her face turned upward. She listened. And then she spoke, not with words, but with her heart. The sky heard her. Slowly, the winds calmed. The rain softened. The clouds parted just enough to let a single beam of sunlight through. The villagers stepped outside, amazed. They looked at Liora, who stood with her arms outstretched, smiling. The sky had listened to her just as she had listened to it. From that day on, the people of Eldenwood understood. The sky did not just speak, it listened. And those who knew how to hear it could speak back. Years passed, and Liora grew into a woman. She became the village's storyteller, but her stories were different. They were not just tales. They were conversations with the sky. She taught the children how to listen, how to feel the world around them, and how to speak without words. And though the sky does not speak as loudly as it once did, if you stand very still on a quiet night, if you listen with more than just your ears, you might hear it. A whisper in the wind, a sigh in the stars, a story waiting just for you. So remember, the next time you look up at the sky, it is not just empty air. It is a voice, old and wise, waiting to be heard. All you have to do is listen. And who knows? Maybe one day it will listen to you too.